Now, Dr. Ekaife mentioned earlier on that Vibrio cholerae has several groups. That organism that is causing this, the bacteria or the germ that is causing this disease is called Vibrio cholerae. Now, there are about 206 serological groups, like family members of this disease, of this organism. But of these 206, only only two serogroups are known to cause outbreak. Others can cause mild abdominal upset and all that, but only two of them can cause outbreak. And somebody talking? Okay.
Go ahead.
And I hope you can hear me. Can you confirm you can hear me?
I can hear you, Dr. Oguni. Go ahead.
Okay, two of them that are known to cause outbreak and they have been responsible for outbreak in the last couple of decades are the ones we call the Serova 01 and Serova 0139. Now, those two have been responsible for outbreak, but in recent time, it's only the Serova 01 that is a very virulent organism that has been responsible for this. And I tell you a bit more about this, and it will help Nigerians to understand why we are still having this outbreak. This particular group of bacteria, they are very virulent. So they also have what we call the biotype, the biological type, which describes their function. And by their function, we are saying the ability to to release toxins. Toxins are those things that they release when they get inside the intestine of human being and cause all the damage that they need to do. They are also described based on their ability to survive in the environment. This organism we are describing this morning can live in the environment for weeks, for months, for years. They can go into what we call dormancy, meaning when the weather is hard, they deactivate their functions and they can survive in water, in the dry land, in temperature that is 10 degrees or 40 degrees. They can survive in salty water, in fresh water. They can survive in the skin of human. Plastic waste that you drop on the street and everywhere, they can survive on it. And as soon as the situation becomes favorable again, the rain comes, it washes it and it finds its way into human being, they activate their functions. So when they get into human being, the first thing is that they rehydrate themselves with the water available within the small intestine. When they do that, the next thing is they activate all their functions and they start causing their damages. And with that, with more organism being produced, because every diarrhea, every stool that is coming out of a cholera patient contains thousands and thousands of these organisms that are being released with every episode of that diarrhea. And so they continue to contaminate the environment again, and the cycle continues. So for an organism that also has the ability to protect itself from sun radiation, it can protect itself from extra harsh condition. It is a very serious organism, and that is what is in circulation. And that is why it's responsible for outbreak. So the commissioner said it very correctly. That is the strain we have in the country. The biotype, the serotype, they are those ones that are known to be virulent and causes a lot of damage in the system. That is the fourth part of the question. So when you have this organism that can survive on human skin, that can survive in the environment for long, you can see that as long as people keep continuing with their, and that leads me to the next question that you asked about whether it's a disease of poverty. So when you find out that the slums, statistics have quoted that about 50% of people living in Lagos are possibly not having that kind of comfortable apartment that gives them the opportunity for access to water that is portable for them. You know, Lagos is built on water, so to say. Of course, a good part of Lagos is surrounded by water. And when you have that kind of situation, there is tendency to get exposed. And so you found out that where this outbreak started from, in Lagos Island, for instance, where majority of the cases are, you will find those settlements that are not optimum for living, so to say, compared to people who are living in highbrow areas. And that's why you hardly find that disease starting with the rich settlement. You find out that it will start with those who are living in places around gutters, dirty environment, who are not keeping their hygiene. So when we say it's a disease of the poor, it's related to their ability to have access to good housing conditions, their ability to have access to good water conditions because of where they are staying. And they themselves too, they are not able to afford the basic livelihood that can even boost their immunity so that the disease doesn't come down, bring them down. Because more than 60% of those who will have cholera will not come down with the disease. The immune system is strong enough. So for them, they are also not well fed, nutritional issues are there, there are deficiency, and so they can easily come down with the disease. And by the time one person comes down with it, it spread it to everybody in the family, contaminate the environment the more, and that can continue. And there are also the people that cannot easily seek care because they don't have the money. And that's why it may also result to death. And that's one of the beautiful things Lagos State has done to make treatment free for everybody that has this disease. Don't bother to ask questions, just come. The facilities are there, and they're also decontaminating their homes, chlorinating the water, because all of that thing is that they are being educated, all the affected areas, on how they can purify their water, how they can make it safe for consumption so that they don't drink contaminated water. And with that, we start reducing, and you see the cases are going to keep coming down in the coming days. So basically, it's the disease of the poor. It's associated with poverty, water issue, sanitation issue, hygiene issue, coupled with nutritional challenges that could also bring people down early if they don't seek care. That is what we mean by that. Thank you.